Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Affairscloud, Learn to Lead. My name is Vikas Rana. So students, we have an app by the name Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store for Android phones. Once you have downloaded and logged in with your Gmail ID, you will be transferred to your home page where you can see all the courses that are offered by us. Once you have purchased the course, you can see your courses in the My Course section. But why our courses are so better? Why we think we provide you one of the best content? Because we provide you content on daily basis. In the daily basis, we provide you current affairs with 20 questions quiz as well as the PDF of the current affairs of daily. Then similarly for weekly, on weekly basis we provide you current affairs PDF as well as a 50 questions quiz that will help you to revise all the content that you have learned. Then on monthly basis also we provide you top 100 current affair questions PDF that will be the compiled PDF of the 100 questions of that particular month that will be very helpful for you. And not just this friends, we provide you in English as well as in Hindi too. So both English and Hindi students can enjoy our courses. Apart from this friends, we also provide you banking related question answers, the banking related MCQ questions, the quizzes that will help you prepare for the bank exams. Not just that friends, we provide you a new way of learning, that is your infotainment infographics. That is a different and interesting way of learning. Apart from this, we cover 20 topic wise current affairs. These topics are important such as apps, portals, important days, books and authors days, national affairs, international affairs, sports, defense, all these topics, these are highly important and questions from these particular topics are asked. Also we cover state-wise current affairs also that will help you to prepare for your state exams. Also friends, as I told you, if you use the code Vikas10, you will be given extra 10% discount on the purchase you make. If you have any problem regarding login and your application, then you can contact us on support@affairscloud.com. This is our email ID and you can contact us on our mobile phone, that is 9677333386. Hello students, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs of 2nd November. The session will be very interesting, so do pay attention till the end. Let's start. The first question is, North India's first data center was inaugurated at what location? This is an important question, remember. UP's Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath inaugurated this North India's first data center that was located where? This was located at Greater Noida. Highly important. Alright, remember this. And where is this Greater Noida? This is in UP. If the name of the state is asked, then remember in UP, the North India's first data center was inaugurated. Alright, highly important. What is the name of this? It is Yota D1. Yota D1. Alright. Then remember, the 33 lakh square feet data center was built with an investment of around 15,000 crore rupees and it is operationalized in a record breaking of just 20 months. Also remember, if we talk about this Yota D1, this is the first pillar of the North India's 5G revolution, and here this in the 7-story building. In the first segment of the episode, direct fiber connectivity will be provided to all the major telecom operators, which will be available from this particular Yota D1 data center only. That means all the companies, all the big organization, MNCs, telecom operators that will be working in that particular area, they will be provided with this data fiber direct connectivity through this Yota D1 only, because this is the first data center that was inaugurated at Greater Noida. It was inaugurated by whom? Yogi Adityanath ji. If we talk about this Yoga Infrastructure Solutions, who is the co-founder and CEO here? Sunil Gupta ji. And where is the headquarter of this? It is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Next news. Renew commits to become net zero firm by what year? Highly important. Remember, Renew Energy Global has announced that they will become net zero by the year 2040. Alright, they have announced their ESG targets. What is ESG targets? That means environmental, social and governance target that includes that they will become carbon neutral. That means they will be emitting zero amount of carbon into the atmosphere by the year 2040. Alright, and they are planning to achieve this through a target so that they will reduce the greenhouse emissions that is your greenhouse gas emissions by around 29.4% by the year 2027. And as said, they will reduce their greenhouse emissions by almost 90 to 99% by the year 2040. This all data that they are stating that they will achieve this target, this is recently released in a report that was Partnering for Transition Progressing Sustainably Processing Together. Alright, coming back direct on the news that you need to remember, all the data that you need to remember here is that Renew is the company that is targeted the year 2040 to become carbon neutral. And remember who is the chairman and CEO of this Renew Energy? Sumant Sinha. She is the current chairman and chief executive officer of Renew Energy. Next is, which site became the India's first to get responsible steel site certification? Direct question will be asked to you, and it is your which site? That is Jamshedpur site. Jamshedpur site became the first site in India to get a responsible steel site certification. Alright, highly important. Also remember, Jamshed site became the India's first site to join the exclusive group of steel producing sites across the world to receive the responsible steel certification. This particular certification that we are talking about, this means that the company is having a production of around 103.5 million tons of steels, and they are providing work for the then they are providing the livelihood to around 157.4 thousand peoples. All right, highly important. Then remember, Tata Steel has been a member of the Responsible Steel since the October 2020, and which is the first site in India to get the first responsible steel site certification. It is your Jamshedpur site. Next, 7th India Water Week is observed between which date to which date? So if we are talking about the India Water Week, when do we observe this? This is observed between 1st to 5th of November. Alright, this was the 7th edition of this India Water Week that was observed between 1st to 5th of November. Alright, then remember, this India Water Week is a regular forum organized by the Department of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation. Alright, along with the Ministry of Jal Shakti that comes under the Government of India. This is observed to promote awareness, to create awareness or to promote awareness about the importance of available water, that is the clean drinking water. Then next thing, remember, the focus is here is on the 7th edition, and it was between 1st to 5th of November that we observed this day. Then remember, 6th edition, it was observed from 24th of September to 28th of September in 2019. And then if we talk about the theme for the World Water Week for the year 2022, or we can say for the 7th edition that was observed in the year 2022, is water security for sustainable development with equity. I repeat, water security for sustainable development with equity. Next is World Vegan Day. When do we observe World Vegan Day? It is observed on 1st of November. And what do you mean by the term vegan? Vegan, or you can say, is a person who just eats and relies on the plant-based product. That means he won't consume any non-vegetarian food, or he won't be consuming any product that is related to animals. That means it can be either milk, paneer, ghee. All these things will not, even curd won't be consumed by him because these comes from animals. So a vegan is a person who just consumes plant-based product. So on 1st of November we observe World Vegan Day, and first time in the history we observe this World Vegan Day in the year 1994. Alright, on 1st of November 1994 we observe World Vegan Day. Now let's go for a quick revision for some current affairs. Maharashtra government to set up the Cyber Intelligence Unit. Union Minister Fagan Singh has inaugurated Saras Food Festival 2022. Mark this. Then Chenab White Water Rafting Festival started at Shibnot in Jammu and Kashmir. Malabar became the first Indian jeweler to import gold to UAE under Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, that is your CEPA. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated Maze Garden, houseboat services and Miyaki Forest in Gujarat. Important. Then world's tallest Shiva statue be inaugurated in Rajasthan. Important. Next is another news of for today is that Australian Navy ships arrived at Vishakhapatnam for ex-Indo-Pakistan with Indian Navy. That means there will be a partnership Indo-Pacific endeavor. That is your IPE. All right, I repeat. Indian Navy and Australian Navy will be together conducting an exercise. That is the third edition of the Indo-Pacific endeavor. This is the third edition of the Indo-Pacific endeavor. All right, highly important. Then remember if we talk from the Royal Australian Navy, HMAS NXZ, that is an NX class frigate, will be participating in this along with HMAS Adelaida. All right, these are the ships from the Australian side that will be taking part in this particular exercise. Then remember where they launch or where they will be coming. Location is important. They arrived at Vishakhapatnam for the third edition of Indo-Pacific Endeavour exercise with the Indian Navy. All right, highly important. Then if we talk about this Indo-Pacific Endeavour exercise, it is one of the Australia's key regional engagement initiatives that will make 14 countries visit and return to Southeast Asia and the Northeast Indian Ocean starting from September to November month. Alright, these countries that this Australian Navy ships will be visiting are Maldives, Vietnam, Philippines, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Cambodia, India, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei and Indonesia also. Alright, so this was the third edition of the Indo-Pacific Endeavour and recently it was India where their ships has landed. Next is Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath inaugurated the North India's first data center. And where was this inaugurated? It was inaugurated at Greater Noida. What was the name of it? Yota D1, the of Yota Infrastructure Solution, that is a new age digital transformation service provider. All right, and the 3 lakh square feet data center was built with an investment of around 15,000 crore rupees and operationalized in a record breaking 20 months. Next is IT department has launched Harit Aikar initiative to create micro forest. I repeat, the income tax department has launched Harit, that is Haryali Achievement Resolution by Income Tax. I repeat, Harit. What is the full form of it? You need to remember the full form also of Harit, that is Haryali Achievement Resolution by Income Tax. This Harit Aikar initiative was launched on the occasion of the National Unity Day, that is also known as Rashtriya Ekta Divas. Alright, this Harit Aikar, this is to increase the greenery and create micro forest. Important. Alright, and under this Harit Aikar initiative, the IT department resolves to increase the greenery by planting trees and creating microforest in and around the IT department buildings and other public areas. Next thing you need to remember that this National Unity Day, as I just mentioned, also known as Rashtriya Ekta Divas, this is observed on the birth anniversary of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. He was also famously known as Iron Man of India, and remember, he was the first Deputy Prime Minister of India as well as the first Home Minister of India, independent India. Next, Renew. As we just mentioned that Renew has committed to become net zero firm by the year 2040. They released this in their sustainability report titling Partnering for Transition, Progressing Sustainably, Prospering Together. They aim to reduce this greenhouse gas emission by around 29.4% by 2027 and reducing almost by 90% across all the scopes by 2040. Next is Wind Energy 2023 conference to be held in Chennai. Telangana Hyderabadi Halim bagged the most popular GI award. Important. Honesty shops opened in Kerala's Ernakulam for school students. Delhi Lieutenant Governor launched a property tax amnesty scheme by the name Smriddhi. Alright. This was for residential, it was 1+5, and it for for commercial it was 1+6 years. Then Kerala launched mobile app to prevent cyber crime against children. Gujarati New Year Bestu Varsh has been celebrated on 26th of October. Government approved Terai Elephant Reserve in Uttar Pradesh, and it is the second elephant reserve in Uttar Pradesh and 33rd elephant reserve in India. Gujarat achieved 100% household tap connections under Jal Jeevan mission. Then two new Indian beaches received the blue flag certification, and a total of 12 flag beaches have now the blue flag certification. Next, RBI has launched pilot project of digital rupee in wholesale segment. I repeat, RBI has commenced its first pilot project to implement the central bank digital currency, that is your CBDC. Alright, we know that RBI was planning to launch a digital rupee similar to that of a USDT, that is your US dollar digital currency. So now recently this CBDC, that is your central bank digital currency or digital rupee, has been launched by the government of India. This was launched in two segments that you need to remember. Alright, important one. One is launched for the retail segment and one was launched for the wholesale segment, that is EW stands for the wholesale segment and the other ER stands for the retail segment. All right, highly important. Then question can be, how the question will be asked here as that how this e rupee will be denoted. So this will be denoted as ER. E will be written in front of this symbol of the rupee currency, so this will suggest that is a digital currency, also known as also remember that question will be asked that in how many different types of digital currencies were launched by India, or how many different kinds of digital rupee were launched by the government of India. So remember, two types of this digital currencies were launched. One was the wholesale segment and one was your retail segment. All right, then remember, the first pilot in the digital rupee retail segment is set to debut in a month in a chosen region with limited users group comprising the customers and merchants. That means it will be launched on a pilot project only, because they are not launching this on a whole scale. This will be launched on a whole scale slowly with time, after they see that yes, this is working well and all the errors and bugs has been removed from this particular digital currency. On which kind of framework this will be working on? This will be working on your blockchain network only. All right, then if we talk about RBI, who is the governor here? Shaktikant Das. And when was this RBI established? It was in 1935 that this RBI was established. If asked the full form of CBDC, it is your central bank digital currency or digital rupee in wholesale segment as well as in the retail segment, was launched by the RBI, or you can say government, on a pilot process. That means on trial basis. Then next is Bank of Baroda, that is also known by the name Bob. Bank of Baroda has launched two premium debit cards with best in class powerful rewards. As you can see here, two kinds of different debit cards were launched by the Bank of Baroda. All right, highly important. Then here you can see Bank of Baroda in collaboration with Visa. Here you can see these are the Visa card. All right. Bank of Baroda along with Visa launched two new premium debit cards for the customer. One was your Bob World Opulence, a super premium Visa Infinite debit card that was a metal edition, and Bank of Baroda World Sapphire, that was a Visa signature debit card. So these two you need to remember. Also remember, the debit cards were unveiled by the Indian badminton player PV Sindhu, who is the Bank of Baroda's brand endorser. All right, so she is a badminton player, PV Sindhu. Remember that also. Next news. Next is a report that will be discussing that India gives $2.5 million to UN agency for welfare of the Palestinian refugees. Highly important, friends. All right, recently India donated the second tranche, that is the second breakthrough of the money, or you can say second part of the money of $2.5 million aid from a total tranche of $5 million that was given by India. So this you can say this was the second installment of that $5 million, and this was of $2.5 million that was donated by India to the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestinian refugees. All right, highly important, remember. Then remember, the amount was presented to Mix Zuran Wu, who is the Associate Donor Relations and Project Officer under the Department of External Relations of United Nations RWA at the Representative Office of India in the Palestinian. All right. Next thing, remember, the amount of money that was donated by India will support the core programs and services such as education, healthcare, relief, and social services there. Also, next thing you need to remember is that poverty, employment, despair, these are the serious causes that are affecting the refugees in the several areas of Lebanon, Syria, and Palestinian. Also, remember This was the second tranche, and the first tranche, or you can say this was the second installment. The first installment of this donation was also of 2.5 million dollar, and now 2.5 million dollar has also been given. So a total of 5 million dollar has been donated by India to this United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestinian refugees. Next, HDFC Argo launched a first of its kind satellite index based farm yield insurance policy. I repeat, it was HDFC Argo that have launched a farm yield insurance policy, which is the first of its kind insurance solution where satellite based index will be used to provide localized coverage at the farm levels. This is completely technology based, means no manual examination is required in the claim assessment of the crop. That means, for example, these are the patches of the land of farmers on the based of the satellite only, that how much crop was destroyed or what kind of problem does a particular crop faced, drought was there, or what happened in this particular patch of land. Say this patch of land belongs to a particular farmer and this belongs to another farmer. So if a bee is having this particular kind of insurance, that is a satellite based index insurance, so according to the satellite only, this particular insurance will be provided, or the insurance money, insurance relief will be provided to the farmer if anything goes wrong. All right, no manual checking will be done here. Next thing, remember, based on the satellite on the data only, it will provide the coverage for the entire crop cycle, that is from seeding to harvesting, and the product is valid for food, oil seeds, commercial or horticulture crops also. All right, next is South Indian Bank. South Indian Bank has launched an app based foreign outward remittance scheme. I repeat, South Indian Bank launched an app based foreign outward remittance. What is this basically means is, let's talk about it. That South Indian Bank launched this for foreign outward remittance service that was launched via mobile banking application, that is SBI Minor Plus. This SBI Minor Plus application allows the NREs, that is your non-resident external and residents saving bank account holders, to begin foreign outward remittances. This service is also offered on its SBI CyberNet internet banking platform. Alright, coming back, remember, with this facility, foreign currency transfers can be made by customers without visiting the particular branch. That means if you want to send money from one location to from one country to another, or you can say if any person wants to send money from abroad to India, so for this South Indian Bank is providing this foreign outward remittance service through their mobile banking application, that is SBI Mirror Plus. Important, mark this. For remittances, what is the name of the application that was launched by South Indian Bank? It was SIB, not SBI, SIB Mirror Plus. All right, highly important, remember. Next is Zaggle and NPCI, that is your National Payment Corporation of India, has partnered to launch multiple credit cards on RuPay network. I repeat, Zaggle and NPCI have teamed up to issue contactless credit cards on the RuPay network. Zaggle is a software as a service fintech company and as a pioneer in the distinguishing business spending. There is software as a service, then there is a product as a service also. All right, so SaaS and this passage also you need to remember. Question can be asked that what is the full form of SaaS, that is software as a service, and PaaS stands for product as a service. Next is before here moving on, remember NPCI also tied up with Worldline. This is a company from Europe, and these two companies came together, so that these two organizations came together so that UPI can start be using in the Europe. All right, so Europe people can start using the UPI system. That is the reason these two organizations came together. Next, BIS, that is your Bureau of Indian Standards, have signed a memorandum of understanding with technical institutions such as IIT Kanpur, IIT, Indian School of Mines Dhanbad, and NIT Rourkela. This MOU was signed for the establishment of BIS standardization chair professor at these institutes. It is an initiative towards institutionalizing its engagement with the eminent institutes of the country. Basically, what does this means is that will promote excellence and leadership in teaching, research and development areas in the field of science and various engineering disciplines, for securing active participation of academia also in the standard formulation and making teaching of Indian standards an integral part of the curriculum, this particular step was taken. I repeat, an MOU was signed between BIS and various technical institutes such as IIT Kanpur, IIT Indian School of Mines Dhanbad, and NIT Rourkela for setting up BIS standardization chair professor. Next news. Next, we are talking about Byte Excel. Byte Excel signed an MOU with Microsoft for HR skilling in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. I repeat, Hyderabad-based edtech company Byte Excel signed a memorandum of understanding with Microsoft to offer training in the emerging technologies in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities of the country. This collaboration is aligned with the national version of providing one core internship opportunities by the year 2025. Important, take a note of it. Alright, so Byte Excel signed an MOU with which organization for the HR skilling in the Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities? It was your Microsoft. Who is the CEO of Microsoft? Satya Nadella. Alright, and who is the CEO of Google? Sundar Pichai. Next is Tata Steel's Jamshedpur plant has get India's first responsible steel certification. We discussed this in our questions earlier that it was responsible steel site certification that has been conferred for the three production facilities: steelworks, tube division, and cold rolling mill of Bara of Tata Steels in Jamshedpur steel plant. That means if the site is asked, then it was Jamshedpur steel plant that has received the responsible steel site certification. Alright, highly important. And where is this Jamshedpur steel plant located? It is located in Jamshedpur, that is in Jharkhand. And the Jamshedpur site became the India's first site to join the exclusive group on steel producing sites around the world to receive the responsible steel certification. Alright, and also another thing, that Tata Steel has been member of a responsible steel since October 2020. Moving on now. Next, President of India presented silver trumpet and trumpet banner to the President's bodyguard. I repeat, President of India, Draupadi Murmu ma'am, she presented the silver trumpet and trumpet banner to the President's bodyguard at the ceremony that was held at Rashtrapati Bhavan in New Delhi. This PBG, that is your President's bodyguard, commemorates its 250th anniversary, which coincides with the countrywide national celebration of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Highly important, it was President of India that presented this silver trumpet and trumpet banner to the PBG, that is your President's bodyguard. Highly important. Alright, then if we talk about this silver trumpet and trumpet banner, that has the unique distinction of being the only military unit of the Indian Army to carry the President's silver trumpet and trumpet banner as the President of India's personal guard. Next news, LIC. LIC has raised their stake in Capri Global Capital by 2% for 257.37 crore rupees. I repeat, Life Insurance Corporation of India has raised their stake in the Capri Global Capital by acquiring 2% for around 257.37 crore rupees. Highly important, mention this. Then remember, the new shares were acquired at an average cost of around 724.74 per piece. Next news, Google. Google has recently bought the artificial intelligence avatar startup by the name Alter for $100 million. Remember, Google has acquired Alter, that is an artificial intelligence startup, and this was acquired for $100 million by Google. Highly important. If we convert $100 million, that is approximately around 822 crore 87 lakh 70,000 rupees. Moving on. And why was this launched? Why was this acquired? Basically, it was acquired in an effort to improve its content game and compete with TikTok. Next is China. China has launched their second lab module, Manjitian, for its space station. Taigong Space Station is the name of the space station of China, and recently China has launched a lab module named Manjitian to be a part of its space station, which is currently under construction, and it will be completed by the end of the year 2022. The lab was launched by Long March 5B Y4 rocket. It is one of the China's biggest rockets from Wenchang Space Station, Wenchang spacecraft launch site. Alright, then remember, 2 batches comprising the 3 astronauts were also flown to the space station main module, that is Tianhe, on 6 months mission to complete the construction of the Manjitian. module, that is the second lab module that was launched by China into space for their International Space Station. Alright, then remember the first lab was Ventian. Alright, this is Manchetian. What was the name of the first lab? It was Ventian, and it was sent to focus more on the biological and space life sciences. Next, and this particular Manchetian, this will carry the world's first space-based set of cold atomic clocks. Next, new potentially hazardous asteroids has recently been discovered. Alright, and it has been named as 2022 AP7. This was around 1.5 kilometer wide asteroid, and it was discovered recently because it is very difficult to discover anything, to spot any object due to the glare from the sun. An international team of astronomers announced the discovery of a large asteroid whose orbit crosses that of Earth, creating a small chance far in the future of a catastrophic collision. 2022 AP7 takes 5 years to go around the sun at once. At the present, the asteroid remains several million kilometers away from that of Earth. Alright, but there is a huge chance that it can strike Earth for the, or you can say there is a high chance for the next 100 years that this asteroid can be a potential hazardous to Earth. Next is new damselfly species discovered in the Brahmagiri Hills. Fancy redtail. I repeat, Fancy's redtail. This is the name of the new damselfly that was recently discovered. Alright, in the Kannur district of Western Ghat, that is in the Brahma Hills. Next is third Sultan of Johor Cup has been won by our team India. I repeat, India has won the 10th edition of the Sultan of Johor Cup 2022. That is an international men's under 21 field hockey tournament. So question can be asked as Johor Cup. Alright, Sultan of Johor Cup has been related to which sport? It is related to hockey. Who won this? It was won by India. Which edition of this was won by India in 2022? It was the 10th edition of this Sultan of Johor Cup, that is related to hockey, and it is of international men under 21 field hockey tournament that was won by India. Then remember, it was India's third win after 2014 and 2013. Now in the year 2022 that India has won their third title for the Sultan of Johor Cup. Highly important. Apart from this, Hockey India announced 2 lakh rupees each for the players and 1 lakh rupees each for the support staff of the Indian junior men's team. Next is Jamshed J. Irani. The steel man of India has recently passed away. Very important question, remember it. Alright, who is Jamshed J. Irani? He was famously known by the name Steelman of India. He was a Padma Bhushan awardee. He was famously known by the name Steelman of India. He passed away at the age of 86. Alright, he was associated with Tata Steel for over 4 decades and retired from the board of Tata Steel in June 2011. He was born in the year 1936 in Nagpur, Maharashtra. Alright, highly important, and he joined Tata Iron and Steel Company in 1968. Next is 7th India Water Week. I repeat, 7th edition of the India Water Week. When was it observed? From 1st to 5th of November. Highly important. Alright, this is the 7th edition. Then if we talk about the 6th edition, it was observed from 24th of September to 28th of September in the year 2019. Then remember, in 2022, that is the 7th edition, the theme of the 7th edition of the India Water Week will be Water Security for Sustainable Development with Equity. Alright, then World Vegan Day, we discussed it. It is observed on 1st of November. Then friends, these are all the current affairs for today. Now let's go for a quick revision. Australian Navy ships have reached Visakhapatnam to participate in the Indo-Pacific Endeavour exercise. This is the 3rd edition of this exercise. Then UP's Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath inaugurated the North India's first data center at Greater Noida. IT department launched Harit Aikar initiative to create micro forest. Then Renew has committed to become net zero firm by the year 2040. RBI launches pilot project of digital rupee in wholesale segment as well as in retail segment. Credit card base of major issuers dropped for the fiscal year 23 in quarter 2 over RBI's norms. Next, Bank of Baroda launched two premium debit cards for HNI customers. India donated $2.5 million to UNRWA for welfare of Palestinian refugees. HDFC Argo launched first of its kind satellite index-based farm yield insurance policy. South Indian Bank launched app-based foreign outward remittances. Zaggle and NPCI has partnered to launch multiple credit cards on RuPay network. BIS signed MOU with technical institutions for active engagement of academia. ByteXL signed MOU with Microsoft for HR scaling in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. Tata Steel's Jamshedpur site became India's first to get responsible steel site certification. Important, take a note of this. Next, President of India presented, mark this, silver trumpet and trumpet banner to the president's bodyguard. Important. LIC raised their stake in the Capri Global Capital by 2% for 257.37 crore rupees. Google buys artificial intelligence avatar startup Alter for $100 million. China launches second lab module Manchetian for their space station, and this will be carrying the atomic clocks along with it. Then 2022 AP7 new potentially hazardous asteroid was recently discovered. New damselfly species discovered in the Brahmagiri Hills, that is in the Western Ghats, and the name was Francis Reed Tail. Then 10th Sultan of Johor Cup was won. 10th edition of this Sultan of Johor Cup was won by India, defeating Australia, and this was the third time that India has won this cup. Then Padma Bhushan awardee Jamshed J. Irani, also known as Steelman of India, has passed away. 7th edition of India Water Week observed from 1st to 5th of November. World Vegan Day on 1st of November, and International Open Access Week is observed from 24th to 30th of October. Then Ministry of Electronics, Information and Technologies approved Maharashtra's first electronics manufacturing cluster at Pune. So these are your important current affairs for today, friends. Now it's time for your homework. The first question is, which country's president is mandated to bring out the national security strategy? Second, Morbi Bridge on the Machau River is located in which state? Third, DRDO Industry Academia Center of Excellence has been set up in which institution? Next, what is the theme of the Vigilance Awareness Week 2022? Fifth question, as per the RBI Act, the central bank has to send a report to the government in case of failure to maintain inflation target for how many quarters? So these are your important 5 questions, friends. I want you all to comment below. If you don't know the answer, just Google them and research on it. Do read some articles regarding that particular news, and then you will be able to easily answer multiple questions regarding that particular topic. So that's all for the day, friends. Thank you and have a nice day. Also, friends, you can just search on YouTube, or basically if you want to search current affairs, no, then you can just search current affairs by Vikas Rana. Alright, just go on to the Google search bar, type current affairs by Vikas Rana, and you will be able to find all the current affairs related to us, all the videos that I have been uploading for a very long time. All those current affairs are very important, be it daily current affairs, be it weekly current affairs, be it monthly current affairs, be it a topic wise video. All those current affairs will be provided to you on the particular search. So that's all for the day, friends. Thank you and have a nice day. That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairscloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the of courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is Affairscloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.